Hey everyone, it's Jessica Edwards in Wilmington, North Carolina. So this morning, Good Morning America had a news piece on the missing real estate agent in Arkansas, which everybody's talking about this weekend and this morning, and is very, very sad. But the end of the Good Morning America piece, they made a comment that really struck a chord with me, and they said something to the fact of, she did everything right. And that's what's so sad about this case or whatever, is that she did everything right. And that, some people are saying, oh, she shouldn't have gone to this house with somebody she didn't know, this and that, but she did everything right. And real estate agents will tell you that, you should do this or that, or you shouldn't do this or that. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to go out and show a property, and sometimes the circumstances, whatever they may be, this same thing happens where you have to show up and meet someone and show them a property. I think that is completely incorrect. I disagree with that statement 110%. As a real estate agent, as a professional, as a realtor, it is my duty and my, I feel like I owe it even to the sellers of the properties that we're going into to make sure that those buyer clients we are working with, that we know who they are, that we've sort of vetted them in a way, and that also we know that they are, pre-approved for a loan. If they're paying cash, so we have proof of funds. We should have sat down and met with that person, explained how we work as agents in the state of North Carolina before we ever step foot in a property. So I completely disagree with Good Morning America's comment that is just sort of is how it is in this profession or industry, because it's not and it shouldn't be. And that's the problem. Buyers and the public should not expect to dial up an agent and go see a house, a random house, go see 2 houses that afternoon. They should expect that it's a profession, it's an industry, and you can't just walk through people's homes. You can't just expect people to just go out and open up houses for you and show them to you if they don't know who you are. So I think that if you're watching this and this is something that you do all the time as an agent, you really need to rethink it. And my comment on this is, if the person is unwilling to come into the office and meet you, to go through that process, to understand how you work as a buyer's agent in your state, to get a pre-approval letter to make sure they can actually buy that house that they want to see, why aren't they willing to do that? Why aren't they willing to take those steps that are necessary? Why are they wanting you to just go to that property? So we don't know all the story, all the pieces to the story in Arkansas. So I don't want everyone to focus just on that case. And I'm not talking just about that specific case, but in general, this should not happen. This should never happen. And it's not good enough to say, I'm going to this property to meet XYZ buyer, and here's the property address. If you don't hear from me in a few hours, something might be wrong. It's too late sometimes, and it does definitely, there have been times where I've gone maybe to a listing appointment and you can do a lot more research on somebody in that instance, but I've done that same type thing where it's, X amount of time or whatever, call me if I don't answer, call the police, whatever. But it does make me think, wow, what good does it do if, however X amount of time has gone by and you call and you can't get me and you call the police? Like, it does make you realize that sometimes it's just too late. So you need to be making the proper steps in place, or never going somewhere by yourself, certainly not in a vacant listing. But anyways, it's a really sad story, and I'm just really big on realtor safety. I've done other videos about it, and it's something I believe in so much. It was raised by my parents. My dad is a detective, and so I've grown up in with a very different mentality on stuff like this, I think, than a lot of people, and it's really a big deal to me. So anyways, hopefully there's a good ending to this situation that's unfolding there right now. But just wanted to share my thoughts on the industry as a whole, and that shouldn't be something that's okay or happens sometimes. It should never ever happen. So these are my thoughts. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to email me. Of course, you can always check us out at thecarolinasfinest.com. And of course, thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in Arkansas dealing with that terrible, terrible situation. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.